Hey Steelers Nation, it's Joe Rockey, and in today's episode, it's actually going to be part 2 and mostly comment review of my episode about Isaiah Simmons and why the Pittsburgh Steelers should not be targeting him. But before I get into that, if you guys have any contacts at any of the Pittsburgh Steelers Players Charities or organizations, please click right here and put them in the contact box of my website, Elite Business Conversations, because I would love to have as much meaningful conversations with the charities and causes as we can with Steelers Nation to let them be known to all of you. Now, that being said, let's dive into Isaiah Simmons. My starting point is the Steelers should not target him under any circumstances because he's not an upgrade to the defense. And the reason for this is he's not. This Pittsburgh Steelers defense, with the exception of the front four, is all built for coverage. We look at that with the Neal signing to be the second linebacker. He's really going to be a down-in-the-box safety playing linebacker who can also cover the slot position. And people are saying, well, look at the size, look at the skill of Isaiah Simmons. Well, let's dive into the numbers here. When Simmons is on the field, the quarterbacks targeting him have, on average, above 100% quarterback rating with a combination of nine touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Absolutely great situation. The guy does not cover well. And then the second argument, well, Arizona didn't know how to use him. It was a horrible coaching staff. They didn't know how to do anything. Yes, and that coaching staff isn't there anymore. It's been replaced by competency, and they're still trying to get rid of him. The bottom line is you don't throw away a high-quality asset for a day 3 draft pick. And it's reportedly that's all that they want. They want him out of the building. That says more than anything else. Because all of these arguments looking into the deep potential bucket and the future of what Isaiah Simmons could be is missing the core point. If you have someone like that with raw power, with raw speed, with talent, with size, but you're still trying to get rid of him, that says volumes. Just absolute volumes. And we cannot be out here thinking that we're going to magically fix it. The new regime, who has had an entire offseason with the man, is trying to get rid of him. And they're not trying to get value. This isn't like they're trying to say, hey, we need to get a second-round pick of him so we can have the best draft ever and rebuild it. If that were the case, I would understand. That's not the case. They're trying to dump him like a Pirates salary dump, and it makes no reason why the Steelers should sign up to be that sacrificial lamb. The guy does not cover. In terms of his missed tackle rate, it is one of the worst for a linebacker in the NFL. Why? Because he's not normally in position. He is Bush, just a younger, taller, and faster version of Bush, but all of the major problems remain. In the wrong position, slow to react, and always depending upon his athleticism to make up for him. See, we were getting this notion in the comments that he's like Minka Parsons and we could just go grab him. If Dallas were to trade Minka Parsons, he'd be 2 first-round picks. Starting quality, what the league tells you. More importantly, he gets sacks, he makes production. Yes, we can all go online and see Isaiah Simmons pick 6. I made a video of it on my other channel, Local Football Flavor. It was nice at the time. Basically, his only big play of the year. And when we look at him moving forward, are we going to project that he's going to be an outside stud? No, he'll have 4 sacks in 17 games last year. So the pass rush isn't there. The overall coverage ability isn't there. He ends up being the shiny object that people target. And when we play against the division that has 2 potential top 5 quarterbacks and Lamar Jackson, they are going to exploit the weak holes. And you don't put one in the center of your defense that when you are getting TJ Watt breathing down your neck, you look for the short, easy passes. That's the center of your defense. That's where your linebackers stand. And you don't put Isaiah Simmons there, who's going to let up an over 100 quarterback rating. You don't. It does not improve your defense. Furthermore, He is not an equivalent style backup to the other two that we've signed this year. And by the way, we didn't have to give up draft resources to bring in the other two linebackers. Those two are hard-hitting, don't miss tackles, middle linebackers. That's not what Simmons is. Simmons, if he would have evolved appropriately, if he would have hit his potential, he would be either a coverage freak or a sack machine. He is neither. By all intents and purposes, he is not worth the second half draft. And to those who are saying, how can I compare it to drafting a seventh round person? Because the Steelers know what they're getting with a seventh round player. They can look into the potential and see in their own eyes what they can build. They already know Isaiah Simmons does not have potential. He has shininess, but he doesn't have potential. Well, go out and buy a car that only looks shiny, or your next rent-a-car, how they give it all watered down and it's shiny when you go off the lot. And then the first time you hit a bump, the thing rattles for the next week of you running this car. That's Isaiah Simmons. Do we really want enterprise taking care of the middle of our field? I know I don't, and that's why I don't want Isaiah Simmons. So, not to hate on the guy, he has potential. It's not materializing, though. And at the end of the day, that's how you become a busted draft pick. And the Pittsburgh Steelers should not invest in other people's broken assets. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.